Hi, I'm Lynn with Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, and today I'm going to show you a technique I call double stamping. One of the reasons for doing a double stamping is to know exactly where you want to put the color. So we are going to be doing water scenes, and we want the sky to reflect in the water. So when you stamp first, you can see exactly where you want your color to be. And after you've got your beautiful color of your water and your sky down, you can stamp a second time and it will bring all of the detail out in the stamp. I'm going to show you how to make these two cards today. And the interesting thing about these cards are they both have sky and water, and we want a little bit of the reflection, but to make it still look like it's evening and like it's sunrise. So you want a fairly even amount of color on both sides of the water and the sky. So to do that, we're going to stamp very lightly. Oh, and this is Meet Me at the Docks, and this is Silhouette Sailboat. So we're going to start with Meet Me at the Docks. Get all that stuff out of the way. All right, so I did line it up ahead of time, and I want to stamp lightly. I just want an idea of where it's going to be, where the stamp is going to land on the paper. And there's a couple reasons why you don't want it real dark. You want your ink to dry, so if you're stamping lightly, you have a better chance of your ink drying quickly. So now, whoops, did the wrong one, sorry. Okay, so anyway, we'll do the sailboat first. So I know I want yellow here and here, and the ink is already dry, so that's really the cool part. I can just go right over top of what I've already stamped. I like to use archival ink for the very first stamp because it does dry fast. And then for the second stamping, I'm actually going to switch to the VersaFine Clair. I've been very pleasantly surprised about that ink. That when I first bought it, I must have gotten a pad that wasn't so good and it dried out really quick. But I was watching Nancy Stamps and she was saying it was her favorite, so I thought, I probably just need to refill my ink pad. And sure enough, I'm just really pleased with how fast I can get a good silhouette image with this VersaFine Clair. It does have to be nice and wet though. So this is really bright, so I think I do want to use a little bit of the colorless blender, and I'm just blend it all in, and see how that it just instantly kind of gave it a nice smooth blending. And if you want any other colors in it, again, let's do a little bit of the red iron oxide, and then we can blend it all in. Because like I said, the skies have so many different colors, you don't really even notice it when you're looking at the sky. So it's a neat, it's just beautiful and hard to get. You don't usually get the same sunrise or sunset each day. So you're actually going to get to see me stamp this time, and you're going to see this is very cool. The double stamping I always call a little bit like magic, because all of a sudden all the detail pops out. I'm going to switch my ink pad handle. So they come with a little metal plate like this, and the magnets are countersunk into the handle, and that way you don't fumble with your ink pad. Move my magnet a little bit, make sure it stays in the corner. And see, all of the detail is just popping right back up, and you can see this is like only 2 times of stamping, and I'm getting a really beautiful This is my second time. A beautiful silhouette. And I'm going to push it back in the corner. I think I'm going to do it just one more time. I see a little bit of the yellow through that. For the most part, it really is done. All right, my paper I usually leave a little oversized, so I have room for my magnets, and so I'll be trimming that down. And there you go. I keep forgetting the camera's right above me, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so now we're going to do Meet Me at the Docks. So I have it all lined up already, and okay, so I know that the stamp is going to be pretty much down on the bottom. Again, I like to use the archival black for my first stamping, so it's not too dark and it dries quickly, because I really just want to know exactly where my stamp's going to be. And that tells me enough. And we're going to give it just a little bit of time to dry. Okay, I think that's enough. So this is the card that we're going to be making. So I'm going to start with the magenta. And you can see here's the top of the gazebo on both sides. So this is about the area I want to be magenta, and I'm just gonna put it right over top of the ink. Okay. Now magenta is red and blue, so I can just take my blue and blend right into it. Even though the magenta's in the sunrise sunset palette, it blends nicely with the blues. I'm using that phthalo blue. So on this one I added a little bit of purple. I can do that. I don't really have to. Just want to do whatever I do on the top, I want to do on the bottom is really the key part of that. So that's pretty good. I think we're ready to stamp. So again, the important thing is to make sure it's in that corner so that you don't get a double image. And I'm going to switch to the VersaFine Clair. And I don't know if you saw that, the paper lifted a little bit with the stamp, so you just want to make sure it's in that corner again. If not, it'll look a little blurry. I'm going to pay special attention to where I see the paper right through there. And push hard at the bottom and right in there. And I think that's good coverage. And you can see, again, very fast, very easy card. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and while I let that dry, I'm going to go ahead and spray this one with the hairspray. And I actually spray off a little bit. And that's all it takes. And if I want a little bit more, what I would do is let that dry and then spray it again. And you can test it with your fingers to see if any of the color comes off, and then you just spray it a little bit more. But I can see this is still wet, so I'm not going to spray this right now because I'm not sure about the VersaFine Clear, but the archival I know is water-based, so you don't want to put so much hairspray on it that you actually make your ink run a little bit. So we're going to let that dry completely. But there you can see 2 cards done completely from start to finish. If you have any questions, you can go to our fan page on Facebook, Fans of Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, or you can go to our web store, blueknightrubberstamps.com. There's a contact button you can click, and then you can email us any questions and we'll answer them for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and see what's coming next.